Hey guys, Ed Wilson for President, Paradise Earth Initiative System. Guys, isn't it pretty obvious that you're not going to see anything great happen, okay? As long as these guys keep playing in the sandbox that they're provided with their fake diplomacy and all their BS, okay? Like, for instance, Trump, man, dude, you got everybody fooled. You fooled everybody, okay? Listen, man, have the balls to invite a guy like me up, okay? So, like, look, you got Elon to go ahead and he's exposed the country. You didn't do that. Elon did that, okay? And it's time for a new system, okay? The Paradise Earth Initiative system is better than anything that we've got, okay? And it will strengthen the people in every way, shape, and form. This country is a fraud, okay? We know now that all of the history is a fraud. We know it was all usurped and terroristically sabotaged by secret society groups, Freemasons. That's right, Freemasonry, guys. Yes. Now, yeah, they were pretty evil, guys. Yeah, they were just evil. Okay? And all they do is switch colors back and forth, okay? You can figure that out. It's an international terrorist syndicate. Okay? They're the ones behind all of the biker gangs, behind all of the cartels and drugs. And remember, who's the largest arms dealers in the world? Who was over in Afghanistan protecting all that opium for the largest drug dealers in the world? The pharmaceutical industry. And we're talking about Big Pharma here being the largest in the world. But remember, they also have the black market too. So what was the CIA funding their ops with and the FBI funding their ops with? Who's behind the skies getting poisoned? Who's behind most of the school shooters and the shootings and things like that? DARPA. Come on, guys. Who was behind COVID? Who paid for the gain of function? What other companies out there, pharmaceutically speaking, were actually putting out viruses that they were going to sell the cure and calling it things like directed evolution? Huh? Come on, guys. They all have their own forms of it. All of them do. Merck, Moderna, AstraZeneca's, all of these things. Follow the money back to these people, okay? And that's why nothing's ever going to happen here. That's why you're not going to see any arrest on the Epstein list. Most of the entire government is on that list. And they've been compromised with that Israel thing, all right? Yes, they are compromised. They're not good people, guys. It's an overthrown system. And I keep hearing you morons going on back and forth. Well, it's them Democrats. It's them Democrats. You must be an oblivious moron to think such a thing. Okay? It's a collective, guys. It's been a collective. The United States never got independence. It never happened. Wake up. Start taking your communities back. Let's start uniting under the Paradise Earth Initiative system. Common law. We will perfect the law system. There will be no more of this monopolizing of things. Yes, guys, your money has to go away. I'm sorry. There's going to have to be a redistribution of everything. But there's a better way to do it. And yes, a lot of you guys that are sitting there sucking off of Social Security and sucking off of the government, that's going to stop, guys, the way that it is now. It has to stop. You are mooches. You are weak, just weak people. You're not even real. You guys are just so fake. You know, and you'd go out there and you would slaughter. I mean, look. Listen, they fooled everybody. We've all been fooled. But some of us don't want to be fools like that. Okay? When are you guys going to just wake up? Okay? Where's the Air Force at? Where's this one at? Let me tell you where they're at. Minionized. Okay? Okay? Military minions. That's what they are. Military minions. Well, I'm Sergeant. You are nothing but a minion. Okay? That's what you are. All right? And they've been using you for terrorism. Okay? That was proved since 9/11. Remember, over there fighting that group, Israel? Yeah, okay? Because you were over there fighting this group, and in actuality, you weren't fighting anything. You were feeding them, you were clothing them, you were giving them armaments, you were giving them weapons, you were giving them ammunition, you were giving them weapons of mass destruction, you were giving them all kinds of things. So let's go ahead and stop the charade, guys, okay? It's over. Unless you guys wake up, it literally is over, okay? And they've already got you beat. They beat you without firing a shot. Remember some governments back there, back in the day said that? They said we would take you without firing a shot. And I've done some videos on this just to explain to you how they took you without firing a shot. Some of us don't like the idea of being conquered like that, okay? So we're going to expose it, and we're going to expose it, and everybody knows it. All right, that's what's getting ready to happen, okay? We're going to expose it, whether you like it or not. We're exposing your stupid churches. We're exposing all of your religions, and you're all frauds. You are all conquered by the Freemasons. That's why you got all of these churches. You mean to say all of these God-believing, Jesus-believing, chosen, whatever you think you are, you can't unite under a common idea? Like the Paradise Earth Initiative? Come up with your own. You guys can't even unite under that because you're too busy being frauds. You're conquered. You're conquered frauds. Some of us aren't conquered. Oh, no, we're here with you. So, yes, we are conquered too. But we're not conquered in our spirit. You guys, I can see it in your faces. And don't get me wrong, you can see it in mine pretty much on the daily anymore. When I'm going out here serving you minions, okay? You're not the American people. You're not a republic. You're not a democracy. I guess you would be a caliphate, a despot, a terrorist occupation. Either way, whatever the name you choose, put conquered on it, okay? Because that's what you are. Until you rise up. Okay. Now I know there's a lot of you out there. Conquer. Oh, I'll beat you. No. And even if you did, once again, it doesn't change the truth. Okay. Doesn't change the truth. Now I know a lot of you guys would like to cover that truth up, and keep it hidden, like they've been doing for centuries. Okay. Very long time, a lot longer than centuries, guys. This is ancient. This is an ancient terrorist network that has plagued the world since possibly the beginning. Okay. Yes, it is an international terrorist syndicate, and you guys are evil. You are Satan's helpers. You are Satan's minions. That's what you are, okay? So I just don't want to hear your jibber jabbers, okay? A lot of you guys coming out here acting like, chosen this, chosen that, I believe in Jesus. Jesus, I'm going to tell you right now, he was quite the truther, okay? That's what he really was. He was a truther, guys, okay? An original truther. He would have been the original conspiracy theorist. Yes, guys. That's where he would have been. That's what everybody would have called him. Remember who killed him? Guys? Okay. I was going to say, remember all of that connection right there? How the one was trying to please the other and all of that stuff back and forth. I hear people saying, oh, it was Rome, or no, it was all of you. It was all of you. And some of us are trying to resurrect Christ in mankind. But you don't even know what a Christ is. You don't even know what Jesus is. I hear you guys, praise the Lord and blah, blah, blah. I hear this one guy saying, you need to come to church. You need to come to church. Don't go out and be like everybody else. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do this, but bring my tithes. Make my money. Bring my money to me. Yeah, bring my money. And he's got a big old black eye in a couple of his videos because he's already sold out. His job is to keep you coming into these synagogues of Satan. That's it, guys. Because a lot of these guys are going to say things that are mixed with truths. But we don't want stuff mixed with truth. We want root truths. Okay? What is a root truth? It is the original cause to an effect. Okay? That's what it is. No, I don't want your stupid facts. You can take your facts and shove them up your behind. okay? Because facts can be socially accepted. They can be lies that were agreed upon. Very simple. Just like our history, a lie that was agreed upon, okay? That's what it is. Because if you really knew what had happened to a lot of you, you hear, and they even created factions to depress you and oppress you and to make you think that you did certain things in the past, but you didn't. You didn't do it. Okay, you didn't do it. All right? That's right, guys. So when it comes to the whole slavery issue, I'm going to do a video on that because I'm going to tell you guys something. You were lied to about everything. Okay? Everything. And your government is conquered. Trump, I believe, knows it now, or he's part of it. It's one or the other. Otherwise, guys, help me get this message to Trump. I have a system to help replace this. And there's a lot of facets to it that I can't disclose on here. It's kind of like if you were going into a battle and almost every faction that is against you is evil, and you're getting ready to go in and you've made sure, and see, so they're watching you, and they're watching your training practices. They're watching how you were trained and the different people you'd fought, looking for your weaknesses, looking for your strengths, looking for this, looking for that, so they can use it against you. So that's why you can't advertise some of the things that you're going to do, okay? And some of you guys that talk about the chosen out there, reiterate this and let them know, once again, what this is all about, okay? Trump, you need some help. Please allow us to help, okay? I don't have to be president. I would like to be president because I'm going to tell you, I'd probably do a better job than you, okay? I'm going to be straight with you. I'd do a better job than you. And a lot of people wouldn't like the job that I would do because, well, you'd see results and you'd see them fast. Yes, you would, guys. And there wouldn't be any clones replacing the people that were convicted and tribunaled out, okay? There won't be any of that. We're not going to pacify you along, okay? I think that movie's played out, all right? So, guys, if you really care about your families, you really care about your country, and you want to live a better life. Now, I know a lot of you guys are so cushy and just so weak because you're so used to a cushy, weak life, being able to call DoorDash and be able to call these other companies because you're just so weak, okay, and lazy and complacent. The thought of you going outside and bugs buzzing around you and you working in the dirt, actually planting something, planting your own food, or harvesting your own food, or even learning about the food that's around you. I know. It's like, it puts you in a bit of a panic, doesn't it? Have you ever thought that reason you're so unhealthy is because, well, you are unhealthy to your core. Even your thought patterns are evil. Everything about you is evil. Yeah. I don't know what happened to you guys in your spirit, but I know what dampened it. I know what weakened it. I know what pacified it. And I know the systems that were behind it, the silent war with quiet weapons, everything that you won't face. Like I said, hey vets, I'm still shouting out to you guys. You were real big and bad when you were going into other countries with superior weaponry. But now you know that every single war was arranged and to kill you. That's what it was about, guys. That's what COVID was. That's what that gain of function was. That's what all of that stuff is. Okay? So, isn't it time for you to, like in AA, okay, when the first step is realizing that there's a problem. I know a lot of, I actually think some of you guys just don't simply have the balls or the intellect to understand. And if you don't, think about that for a minute. How could a democracy even work? if most of the people are dumbed down, autistic out, ADD'd, ADHD'd, mentally fried, okay? And you're doing this to your babies from birth, okay? And they've even came out now and said anyone that takes certain things into their bodies are not even human anymore. They're perverting everything. They're perverting your Jesus. They're perverting Christ. They've perverted everything. But luckily, there are still some temples out there that have not been fully tainted and have kept their eyes open. And I want to say thank you guys. And I want you to continue, because the future actually is in our hands. And I hear these other people. I reached out to a guy the other day and I was like, yeah, man, I think I'm going to go for a presidential run. He's like, I think I'm going to go for a presidential run. And I heard another guy say, I think I'm going to go for a presidential run. I said, that's great. That's great, guys. But what are you running on? What are you running on? Mine's Paradise Earth Initiative, guys. I have an entire replacement system. I've came right out and said, I will be the walk away president. That's right, guys. I'm sorry. You're going to get a new flag and everything. If we even do another flag. Because honestly, they're false idols unless you represent what it's supposed to represent. Okay? I know all you numbnuts out there, well, it's rituals. It's black magic rituals. They put that little thing, they overthrew it. Come on, numbnuts. It's overthrown. It was corporately took over. You're in a corporation. Your country is dead. It is dead. So, isn't it time for you to do something for the kids? Oh, I know most of you go, look at that ugly guy on there. Look at his unshaved face. Look at his crooked teeth. And look, look. That's all you got. That's all you got. Oh, let's dig into his past and find things that he did. And this, yeah, I wasn't perfect. I wasn't perfect. I'll address everything. I'll address everything because all of it leads to something else. Just how crooked everything really is. How your police are crooked. Yeah, there's some good ones, but I've already been told they were infiltrated a long time ago by the Freemasonics. Your prisons, same thing. That's why there's so much SA in there and so much racism. They're trying to keep the racism alive. That's right, guys. Look who owns all those rights that the Freemasons are serving. Yeah, look it up. Yeah. Okay, because you're so smart. All you historians, you're so smart. So let's see how smart you are. Your founding fathers were terrorists. And all you've done is fall for everything. This whole stories that they created as they were perverting all of the churches. Yeah, that's right, guys. Look how these guys are connected to all these child charities. And there's certain cures for things that some of us know now. I can't say it on here because this is part of how they control you, okay? I can't say certain things on here, which means I don't have freedom of speech. Who's blocking that, guys? Who's blocking that? Okay? So, have yourself a good day. And, soon, guys, soon. Oh my goodness. Soon the 4th of July is going to be here. Yes. You know what that means? Yeah, me too. Sparkly stuff in the air. That's it. That's what it means. The rest of it's a crock of shit. All right? Yeah. Yeah. That's really what it is. It's a crock of shit. Okay? And you guys, I keep bringing up, well, you don't believe in the Constitution? You don't believe in the Constitution, do you? Let me ask you a question, guys. What's the point of any of that if you don't back it up? If you don't back it up, huh? Hey, you don't back it up. I served. No. You are a minion that served an occupation force that overthrew you. So you're basically like a slave that's trying to act like they're not a slave, but they really are a slave. Yeah, yeah, that's what you are. Yeah. So hold that thought. All right, hold it. Squeeze it in. Maybe you can, what? Maybe to help. You hold it in there long enough, maybe you'll fart or something and get some of that released. You know what I mean? You can do it over and over again. You know what I mean? And do it over and over again. You'll get red in the face. Oh, he's making me mad. Yeah, I hope I am. I hope so. That's the whole point. Is to get you to do something, to rise up. Because if you start studying what I'm saying, that's how you wake up. But if people study what you say, they go back to sheepies. Yeah, they go back to sheepy sleepy. You hear? Sheepy sleepy. Ooh. I know I little rhyme, I was gonna say, makes me think of some of them shows back in the day that, it was all over TV. And everybody, he went out and made a mistake and did some bad things. But yeah, I have to admit his message was pretty good, guys. His message was pretty good. He would say, connect the dots, ah la la la. Connect the dots, ah la la la. Why don't you try connecting the dots? Have a good day. Paradise Earth Initiative. Ed Wilson for president. Hey, Donald Trump. Hey, I want to help. Come on. You know everything I'm saying is true. And you know you won't call that deep state out by its Freemason name now, will you? Will you? All right then. Bye-bye.